the pitch is looped towards shortstop. Petroselli's back. He's got it. The Red Sox win. And it's pandemonium on the field.
Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show, brought to you each week by the National Sports Collectors Convention. Join us every Wednesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and get the latest news from the greatest experts in the sports collectibles world. You can watch us on the Great American Collectibles Facebook page, as well as YouTube, or you can listen to us on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, or any of your favorite podcast platforms. And now your host, award-winning sports collectibles author, Tom Zappola.
All right, we are back, and I want to welcome everybody for the second hour. This is the Great American Collectibles Show. My name is Tom Zappola. We are recording the show. It's going to be airing live, actually Wednesday night, every Wednesday night at 6:30. We're on any one of your favorite platforms: Facebook Live, YouTube, Pandora, iHeartRadio. We're on a radio station up in the Boston area. My guest for this second hour, good friend, come on in closer, Brian Dwyer from REA Auctions, Derek Grady, Executive Vice President of Heritage Auctions. Tom Brady lookalike. Brian Drent from Mile High Card Company, and Joe Tomasulo from Goldin Auctions.
Wait, is that who he's with now?
You have to speak. You got to speak.
Tomasulo switches every few years.
Yeah,
so
Tomasulo, like he changes jobs, like I change.
Goldin now?
No, he's with Goldin.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
Goldin. Okay.
All right, listen, we have a lot of giveaways. We have a couple of great books.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look alive.
Yeah.
All right, listen, we're going to be all over the place today. We're talking about the hobby, talking about modern and vintage. We're talking today's players versus players of yesteryear. And we're going to start with where we left off with the other guys. I asked the question, Brian, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, could those guys hit in today's game?
Yeah, I think they could hit without a doubt. I mean, they were pretty good hitters, but I think they'd hold up.
Derek?
Where did you get these packs from? Are these the cheapest packs you
No,
can
they're
find?
not the
Golden
cheapest.
I've never. See, we have Topps Chrome. We're going to be giving away. So if the 14 people that are watching this, we do have some good stuff. Babe Ruth could hit. I think he could hit any, but he would be doing.
Speak up.
Oh, sorry. I got to talk louder. Okay. Babe Ruth. Why not?
You think he could hit?
I think Babe Ruth's. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, for sure. I think Ruth could hit Gehrig, obviously. Guys like Cobb. I mean, it would be interesting to see how that plays out.
Joe?
100%. Great hitters have two things: the best eye-hand coordination and bat speed. If you look at the old videos, the way Root was swinging that bat, the speed he would swing that bat, faster, better than anyone I've seen today.
And Joe saw him live.
There's no question about that. Yeah. It might have been his second or third year.
All right, so let's talk about, before we get into talking about the hobby, I have another question regarding Ohtani and Judge. Who gets it, Joe? Who gets the nod, Ohtani or Judge?
Well, I mean, Ohtani's can pitch and hit, so he gets the edge there, but if you look at their lifetime numbers, Judge is by far the premier hitter. Judge has a lifetime OPS of over 1, which is world class.
Brian?
You know, I think in our lifetimes, I think Ohtani's the best player that I've seen play. Second, I mean, just in front of Barry Bonds. Judge is great, but obviously Ohtani pitches and hits, and we've never seen anything like it in our lifetimes.
Go ahead.
Me?
Yes.
I want to talk about Hulk Hogan and what impact he
Well,
had.
no, we will
we'll get
talk.
to Hulk
We
Hogan?
will
Okay.
talk about Hulk.
right.
I want you to.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
But he'll never be Ruth.
Ohtani.
Ohtani, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he's the guy's next to Ruth to being able to pitch and hit. I think that's pretty amazing, and we're watching it, but he's going to stop pitching at some point because he keeps getting hurt. So
Brian?
Yeah, I'm taking Ohtani. I mean, I've seen them both play up close, and Ohtani
Up
is
close.
up
Wait,
close.
you get the REA seats at the ball game? Okay.
It's a perk of the job.
Yeah, okay. Great. He has connections, obviously.
Ohtani is so smooth to watch. I mean, he's just on another level as far as I'm concerned.
All right, so you guys are all auction houses, very successful auction houses. People buy cards from dealers. They buy cards online. They buy cards from auction houses through auctions, okay? What have you guys seen, Derek? I'm going to ask you this question. Over the years, has the buying technique of people changed over the years with how they're buying cards? Are you guys seeing as much business as you've ever seen on the card side of it?
Certainly the hobby is growing, and cards is where it all starts. I would say people are looking more at eye appeal and not just the grade. They look at the grade. Is Flavor Flav over there right now? Because
he's gone.
He's done. Flavor Flav's done. Okay. He's just gonna go get an autograph. Anyway, yeah, they're looking at the grade within the grade. So people are looking at eye appeal more, centering more. I think the collectors are becoming more sophisticated. That's a good thing for long-term investment. Leon's always done that. I see Leon out there. You've always bought by the eye appeal of a card, not just the grade. So don't chase. When you go chase a 9, nines aren't always graded equal. Buy a nice 9. Buy one that's centered, one you're pleased with. Don't buy one that after you buy the card, you're like, I wish this was better centered. I wish this didn't have this touch on a corner or this stain. Just buy what you're happy with. Eye appeal is what does that.
All right, so you're saying it's a eye appeal. All right, I'm going to ask all of you guys this question, starting with you, Brian. How important is third-party grading?
I think it's critical. I mean, it makes us able to sell stuff online to people all around the world. We're all speaking the same language. My version of X is maybe different than Derek's or Brian's or Joe's. When you have a third-party grading company with a universal standard, there's some deviation, obviously, from time to time, but we all speak the same language.
All right, so Joe, I'm going to ask you this question, then you, Brian. Third-party grading, there are a lot of different grading companies now, and they're popping up all over the place, okay? Is there a difference between grading companies as far as the quality of what they're doing and the value of the card?
Well, I think it's obvious that PSA commands the highest value. I mean, I don't think that's a secret, okay?
That's been settled.
Yeah, I think that's set in stone. But SGC, Beckett, they're quality companies, very professional, great graders. It's just that PSA has that industry leader reputation. And I don't know if that's going to change for a long time.
Brian?
Yeah, I think for the first and maybe last time, I actually agree with Joe. No, I think PSA is definitely out front. It's the industry standard. SGC has a great quality product, as does Beckett. And then, third-party grading has changed our whole hobby for the better and made this what it is today, what we see here.
Brian?
I think you started with me, and I...
No, I did.
You did. You did start with me,
my question... There's a lot of, again, the third-party grading companies. There are new ones that are popping up all over the place.
What did you? Oh, popping. You said popping. Okay. Okay. I thought you said.
There are new grading companies popping up all over the place. Is it going to get out of hand?
No, because I think the market, will tell very quickly what companies can stay and what companies are going to be fly-by-night. I mean, the market speaks, and PSA, SGC, Beckett have lasted for decades. So. There's a pretty high barrier to entry, too, I think people underestimate that.
I asked a question in the first hour about signed cards. Signed cards 15 years ago were a no-no. People frowned upon it. Now, just the opposite has happened. Joe, are you seeing a lot of it, number one? And is it getting bigger and bigger? The whole signed card phenomenon.
This is the ironic thing. So, Tom, as well as everyone up here, I'm not a modern card guy. I collect vintage. And signing vintage cards was taboo. But what has actually happened, the like the stratospheric prices of these signed modern cards has spilled over to vintage. And now Root signed cards, Garrick, Mantle, Clemente. People are now looking for vintage signed cards because a Caitlin Clark signed card is $500,000. So maybe I should be looking for a Mickey Mantle signed card.
Very interesting.
Modern has helped the signed vintage card.
Very interesting. Brian, are you seeing that?
Yeah, for sure. I think the modern card, especially the dual autograph, dual graded card, on-card auto, and the card grade, I think it's definitely brought collecting interest to the vintage side, and it's like Joe had said, it was at one point taboo, and is obviously now more than in vogue.
Derek?
So I think when you see, which we do, we have a consignment that came in recently, and we call it Pro. Is it the Golden Age collection? Okay. So this gentleman in the Northeast got cards signed from 1948, I think, up to, say, 55. And when you see these in-person signatures, and you really should check them out, they're on display at the Heritage in our little museum over there. You'll see a case with it, and you'll see a George Mikan signed rookie card, a 51, 52 Mantle signed, okay, rookie cards that were signed in the period. Willie Mays signed, Jackie Robinson, several Jackie Robinson examples signed in the period. And it's really cool to see how signatures have evolved over time, but that's how this guy went as a kid and went and got all the visiting teams, the home team, and got his cards signed. And it's really spectacular because there's still collections out there like this, and we expect that to be crazy bidding, and it's really cool.
Brian?
Yeah, and I mean, so many of these guys have been dead for such a long time that the pops are fairly fixed. I mean, every once in a while you get an Uncle Jimmy collection or a Golden Age collection that, adds a couple more, but it's not like you're going to see hundreds of signed 52 Mantles, hundreds of signed Jackie Robinson cards. So Joe's point is frankly one that I hadn't considered, but it makes a lot of sense.
How many people here are card? First of all, how many people here are card collectors? How many people here are vintage card collectors? How many are modern collectors? All right, because it's interesting that the modern market really has picked up a head of steam, and I think it's good. I think it's good for the hobby. I think that the younger generation, they've really taken it by storm. But I want to get your opinions on this. Is there a large population of these younger kids? Are they in it for the love of the hobby, or are they in it for the economics, for the profit? Joe? Yeah.
I think it's a coin toss, Tom. I think it's a combination of the two. I do. I was sitting with a couple of high-end collectors at dinner the other night, and they were showing me some $50,000 to $100,000 modern cards, and they were gloating about the manufactured rarity, one of three, one of one. But then they were talking about projecting it being 2-3 times the amount in a year or two.
So, I mean, Brian, what are your thoughts on that?
I think I probably lean towards it being something that they're in it for the money. I mean, yesterday I had a kid come by my booth. He was literally hyperventilating. He had just met Tom Brady and got a Tom Brady autograph, and he had run all the way across over here to Beckett to get it authenticated. And I thought to myself, didn't you just get it in person? So it's interesting, but I would probably lean that way.
Interesting. Derek, I want to get your thoughts.
On what? On the modern cards?
Yeah.
I know this. Been in the hobby a long time because I'm old. I have never, when we leave this show, okay, first of all, this show is massive size. If you don't know how many rooms there are, just keep walking through them and it just keeps going. But when you get back to the hotel and you see every inch of space of every table taken and people pulling.
In the lobby.
In the lobby. And they're up till 2 in the morning trading, okay? And it's young kids setting up their wares. I'm grabbing, tabletops and on the floor. I have never seen anything like that in my life. And that's at the Hyatt. I bet you at the other hotels it's doing the same. Okay, so I don't care what they're in it for. That is amazing. This hobby is growing exponentially. It's teaching, again, whether everybody's ethical, I don't know, but it's teaching business. I think people, look at how many sports fans there are. Stadiums are sold out. People follow statistics. They love sports. There's more girls collecting. There's more everybody collecting. It's awesome. So, and I do think there's true collectors. And I think, though, just like any of us, I see people do it all the time in my world. Joe T does this all the time. Falls in love with a piece, says he's never, Derek, I'm never going to sell it. I love this piece. And when Joe buys it, he buys it, he pays $5,000 the next day. Derek, it's $25,000 already. Okay, but either way, Joe will at some point. Oh, hey Joe. Oh, Joe's here. That's right. Okay, so
I'm
Joe,
right, and it kills you.
Okay, Joe does very well buying, and then he's a salesman too. But anyway,
It becomes the best.
and then he's the best. Yeah, everything's the best. Doesn't matter. But Joe will move a piece that he's never going to sell. Derek, it will die. Marianne will be selling it someday. I'll have her call you. But he will
Now she's
mond
gonna
a
call
piece.
Brian.
Now she's going to call Brian.
Yeah,
I just
now she's
lost
calling
the
me.
There you
consignment.
go, right?
Bro,
This-
I'm
this
sorry.
Brian, this Brian.
Sorry, bro. I just lost one of my consigners. No, I won't be able to be in the hobby when Joe's dead because he's fun. But I've watched him. I'm using him as an example because this happens. We fall in love with a piece, and then we use that. At some point, we fall in love with something else, so we move on from it. And yeah, we'd like there to be an increase, and maybe we got more money for the piece we bought, but then we trade up and move out. And I do see kids doing that. Okay, and I've seen challenges. I don't know if I saw them on Instagram where somebody will start the show with $100, and then they see how far they can go with that by trading and swapping.
I'll tell you something. Last year at the National, Rico and I were having lunch in the hotel lobby. And there was a trading situation going on in the lobby. It was probably 75 kids between the ages of 14 and 23, 24 years old. Just so we're sitting at the table, he and I, we're having a sandwich, and this 14-year-old kid walks by, and I asked him, he had a case, carrying a case, and I asked him, I said, how you doing? How have you done today? He says, oh, I've done really, really well. I says, well, let me see your cards. Let me see what you have in there. He says, I don't have any cards. It's all cash. This is a 14-year-old kid, and he probably had $5,000 or $6,000 in cash that he was walking around with. Brian, what are your thoughts, man, on that?
I mean, I don't think that love of the hobby and investment are mutually exclusive, right? I think you can have it both ways. I think there's a lot of people that are flipping cards to feed their hobby, right? They're doing it both. They're speculating, they're buying cards, they're turning it into more money. So I think it goes both ways.
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav. It's real, man. What's up? What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Bo Jackson. Holy
Bo,
shit.
how are
Oh,
you?
What up, bro?
Nice to see you.
Hey, Bo. No, we didn't get real. This is one of the greatest athletes of all time right here.
Should I tell him I'm an Alabama fan?
I know you are. That's badass too. I watch your shows. Yeah. All right. You didn't do anything wrong. You can interrupt me anytime you want, Bo. Bo, you want to go out later? Just stop by the Heritage booth. I'll give you my number. All right. All right.
Come on.
Oh
No,
wow.
he's
be
been
fun.
good.
That would be fun. I'm
He's
gonna go ahead.
been really good.
I
He's
love
been
Bo
really
Jackson.
Good. All right, listen, I want to
All right.
ask the question. No, he has.
We
Good
just
guy.
got derailed. Can we get Tom Brady? Is he over there at the vault by any chance?
He was
can
there
come over
yesterday.
Okay, he's gone.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was there yesterday. All right, I want to get back on the vintage side of the things.
Flavor
The cards, the cards from the '60s, the Harmon Killebrews, the Rod Carews. Have those cards picked up any heads of steam at all? I mean, it seems as though they're pretty stagnant. Why?
Me, Tom?
Joe.
Okay. Not low tier, but I'd say middle tier Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
And the money has to be in the 9s and 10s. It's got to be low pop. Okay? You get into mid grade, they're great collectibles. But from an investment perspective, it has to be high grade.
Okay, but it seems as though now, today, there's like a gap because you've got older kids, Gen X's or whatever, the 40-somethings, they're collecting heavily in the cards from the late 70s, 80s now, the Ricky Hendersons. it seems as though those players from that early 60s, a lot of them seem to have just gotten bypassed.
I mean, I think so. As somebody that's in that generation, set building is a foreign concept to kids my age. And a lot of these guys that are low, mid-tier Hall of Famers, you needed them to build your sets. You needed them to fill out your checklist. Now, if I can just go buy solely what I want, I'm focusing on Ruth, Robinson, Cobb, Wagner, guys like that. So I think the set building and like the way that the hobby views building sets is playing into that.
Brian?
Yeah, I think Brian Dwyer is right on top of it. I mean, it's always collecting grails now. It's not building sets. So that mid-tier kind of is a lost area.
Interesting. We are chatting with Joe Tomasulo from Goldin Auctions, Brian Drent from Mile High Card Company, Derek Grady from Heritage, and Brian Dwyer from REA Auctions. We're going to take a quick break. Hang in there, and we will be right back.
Hey collectors, mark your calendars. Lucky's Promotions presents the East Coast National, happening August 15th through the 17th at the Westchester County Center in White Plains, New York. We're talking 400 plus tables of sports cards, memorabilia, and top hobby vendors, on-site authentication and grading all weekend long. From Beckett, JSA, CAS, SGC, CGC, and more. Free autograph guests Saturday and Sunday with paid admission. Show hours start Friday at 3 p.m. with early access at 1 p.m. Admission is just $15 per day, and kids under 12 get in free with an adult. Early access Friday, that's $40 and includes all-day admission. Tickets are sold at the door, cash only. Don't miss one of the biggest hobby shows on the East Coast. Follow at East Coast National for updates.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Curry, a two-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free, integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
Since 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. Go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
Let's go! Batter up!
Hi everyone, this is Rico Petroselli. JustCollect.com, a leader in the vintage sports card industry, is giving free appraisals on your vintage cards. They'll evaluate your collection for free and let you know the value of it at no cost and no obligation. If you're ready to sell, JustCollect.com will offer you industry-leading prices to buy your card collection. To begin your free baseball card appraisal, visit JustCollect.com or call them at 732-828-2261. That's JustCollect.com for your free vintage card appraisals and top buy prices for your cards. Check out JustCollect.com today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
With record-breaking sales from everything from the white border T206 Honus Wagner for $3.12 million to some great items that support the Jackie Robinson Foundation, Goldin Auctions has set the highest standards for the finest in sports cards, autographs, and game-used memorabilia. We're always accepting consignments of high-end premium sports treasures or entire collections. Please register for our next auction and bid now at goldinauctions.com. That's Goldin with an I. We at Goldin Auctions are committed to providing unsurpassed customer service for the discriminating collector. That's exactly why we're the leader in the industry. Visit goldinauctions.com or call 856-767-8550. Remember, Goldin Auctions. We don't just break records, we shatter them.
How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
We're back. Okay. Well, we're back. And the reason
is there a
being,
fake commercial?
Yeah, but
Mike Provenzale from Heritage Auctions is giving away some Topps Chrome packs right now. Actually, good packs. What Tom's been throwing.
Oh no, these are quality.
No, he's throwing garbage. We're giving out Topps Chrome. You have a chance to have a big hit in here. Okay. And we're not throwing them and damaging them, so I don't know what the hell he thinks you do with cards.
It's called scalers.
Yeah, and then when you throw them, they get damaged. We're trying to teach kids to be.
It's all in the wrist.
We're not talking about your wrists. We know they're limp.
And by the way, if you can open them up, if you hit anything big, please let us know.
Yeah, that would be great. Like if we were hoping you find a $10,000 card in these packs that Tom's throwing out. You lost money by opening it. I mean, there's nothing you're going to get in there.
The other thing we're going to do is, let's see. I want you guys to think of a couple of good trivia questions for these people, because we have some great giveaways, but they have to kind of earn it. I want you to think of a good trivia question, and we're going to give my partner, Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petrocelli. This is a signed Rico Petrocelli card that we're going to give to somebody. Rico is Red Sox Hall of Famer. Held the American League record for most home runs by a shortstop, 40, until A-Rod broke that record, all right? So if you guys can think of a, and I know that it's very difficult for you to think, but if you can come up with a good trivia question, ask the question, and we're going to give that card out. Joe, same thing with you, all right? Okay. We got several minutes left, all right?
Wait, are we on break or are we back?
No, we're back.
Okay,
we're live.
We're back.
We're live.
Yeah, we are live. Well, we are not live, but we're back.
This isn't live? What is it, a hologram?
Well, it's live for these people, but it's going to air Wednesday night.
It's filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Thank you. We
Okay.
appreciate it. Again, we are chatting with these gentlemen. Let's talk about the vintage T206 set. still the template for the vintage card collecting hobby, Joe. Why? Why is that why hasn't that set lost any steam over the last 50 years?
It was established as the monster set, king of the pre-war, and other than, I guess, maybe the 14 Cracker Jack set, what set can possibly compete with the T206? I mean, right out of the gate, it was number one, and unlike modern, where there's new cards being manufactured every day, nothing changes on the pre-war side.
So did the Wagner, the Wagner must have some type of effect on that entire collection.
Well, that made it number one. It jumped it to the top of the heap, and the T206 Wagner will always be the holy grail of the hobby.
You know, when we wrote the book for Ken Kendrick, the Diamondbacks collection, and we talked quite a bit about that card with Ken, and that card has a lot of colorful history, I would say, right? Some consider it infamous, some consider it famous. But I asked him recently what the value he thought of that card was. What do you think he thinks what do you think the value of that card is today?
75 to 100 million.
Brian?
Yeah, I would think north of 75 million.
Really? Derek?
Well, why would I'm not going to tell a potential consigner someday, not that he needs to.
Tell
Why
him
would I
for-
tell
Never gonna
less?
happen.
Why would I say less?
You'll be long gone.
Well, yeah, no, I understand that, but okay, yeah. I mean, I think their numbers. That sounded high at first, but you know what? It's probably not. That's probably right. I mean, I don't know who buys that.
I figured like
But
that's
that's
30 to 40.
I would take the over of
I'd
30
take
and
the
40.
over.
No,
for sure.
no.
Yeah, over.
Yeah.
There's been an offer of 40 million for a 5.
Yes.
That's true.
That's unbelievable.
Yep.
That's an
Yeah.
amazing.
I mean, this is
Which
another
was
world.
rejected.
Yes.
Really?
Well, keep in mind, the guys still have to pay. When you put in that kind of money, right? So know what they paid for it, nothing near that. The capital gains taxes, they're losing a lot of money. And people in cards hate that. A lot of card people hate paying taxes on their
Good
profits.
point.
A lot of people that aren't card people hate paying
Yeah,
taxes.
taxes suck.
All right, so the vintage
I don't think
cards,
anybody likes
I mean,
taxes.
these people are all collectors out here. Let's what are some of the real key cards? Some of the real key cards on the vintage side. Besides the 33 Gowdy Ruth, the
52 Mantle, you
the
might as well get that out of the
52
way, yeah.
Mantle, the Plank. What are the good cards for these people to invest in if they're going to invest in vintage cards? Joe, work our way right up to Brian.
I mean, from an affordability perspective,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
no,
Right.
yes,
We don't have Brian's money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
That's a good point, but no,
Right.
it can be.
I don't either.
I don't care what the grade is. Let's talk
I don't
about the
even
card.
Okay.
I think for someone, someone young, be nice to pick up a T206 Cobb, and probably the portrait. The red
green
is-
portrait.
Well, the red will be a little less expensive.
Okay.
Maybe you want to go with the red.
So a red T206 Cobb.
Yep. A second-year mantle card. Second-year 53 tops.
53 Mantle.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Second-year tops.
Okay, what about a 51 Mantle? Bowman.
Well, again, a great card.
In a
but
low grade.
Yeah, I think in
Yeah.
lower grade you could do
you
it.
could get 5,000-6,000.
I think Clemente rookie,
A
would be a
Clemente
card.
rookie. That's a good one. Yeah. Derek.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm feeling so in our last auction, let's just say our estimates on vintage cards were 7.5 million or something like that. It ended up doing 30% more than that. That's across the board. Okay, and that was for mostly graded 8s and 9s, 10s, 7s. So I think you can't go wrong. This new group of collectors coming into the business thinks that I think our cards are undervalued. Some of our best cards are undervalued, and they're now buying them at whatever today's price is. Tomorrow's going to be a lot more. And PSA is not grading as many 8s today, right? Or 7s or 9s. It's harder than ever to get 7s, 8s, and 9s. So I think there's great investments. And I don't care if it's a Bob Gibson rookie. I think a Bob Gibson rookie in an 8 is worth more 5 years from now than it is right now.
Interesting. Brian?
I think 51 Bowman Mays is undervalued. Has been for a long time.
Yes, I agree.
A 51 Bowman Mays, right? I never thought of that one.
Found in the States, vintage rookie.
Very interesting. What about some of the Gaudis? What about, a Hall of Famer in either the Gaudi or Cracker Jack? Is there any, some of those.
Yeah, I mean, like with Gaudis, you run into that mid-low tier Hall of Famer. There's a ton of Hall of Famers in the Gaudi set.
Okay.
I wouldn't put my money into Heine Manouche, but I would maybe Melott or Jimmy Fox would be fine if you don't want a Ruther or Gehrig. Cracker Jacks, I think, have a lot more big names that have some potential to increase.
Interesting. All right, trivia question. This is for a signed Rico Petrocelli 1972 Topps card signed. Easy question. First one raises their hand wins. 1975 World Series. You're eliminated. You can't answer. 1975 World Series. Everybody knows the famous Carlton Fisk home run to win the game. That's right, to win the game in extra innings in the 12th inning. If it wasn't for one other player that hit a home run prior to that, they never would have gotten it. Who was that player? Bernie Carbo, right here, sir. He gets the Rico card. You're welcome.
He hit a home run before Fisk that really got
Bernie Carbo.
Fisk
It's funny because Rico told me the story that he was in the dugout when Carbo hit the home run, and he jumped so high he hit his head on the top.
That explains a lot.
On the top of the dugout, but interesting. We are chatting with Brian Dwyer from REA Auctions, Derek Grady from Heritage Auctions, Brian Drent from Mile High, and Joe Tomasulo from Goldin Auctions. Just a little PSA here. We were talking about insurance and how important it is. Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency has been collecting since the early 80s. The late Tom Finkelmeyer wrote the original sports memorabilia insurance policy when no one else in the industry was insuring sports collectibles. A lifelong collector of sports cards, Tom Sr. instilled the love of collecting in Tom Jr., the current president of Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency. Tom Finkelmeyer Jr., with 3 decades of insurance experience, has paired that expertise with 50 years of collecting. With a litany of professional designations, including counseling and risk management, Tom covers every aspect of your collectibles insurance needs. Our good friend and hobby legend, John Tobby of JT Sports, has been using Finkelmeyer Insurance for over 20 years. For more information, go to thefia.com. That's Finkelmeyer Insurance, where collecting is our passion. All right, let's talk. You have an auction coming up?
Just started.
All right. What are some of the highlights of your auction?
We've got some great cards. We've got a 2001 Bowman Ichiro, Japanese rookie, PSA 10, 49 Bowman, Jackie Robinson, 8.5, 48 Leaf Robinson, and a 7. Tons of items, 3,100 items.
3,100 items in the REA auction. Derek, what do you guys?
So if you're over there, just go by the Heritage booth. We have our entertainment there. We have our sports auction there. There's about $40 million worth of stuff, all budgets, from a photo match 1960 Mickey Mantle jersey to game-used bats, signed baseballs, some really great cards, a killer signed 52 Mantle card, a 61 Fleer Wilton, a 10, a 48 Bowman Mike, and a 9. Again, lots of cards, every budget. There's a main session, then there's a final session. I can afford a bit in the final session, really not the main session. Right. But no, there's tons of stuff on display over there. Come take a look. You can take pictures with items. Our ops people will pull them out for you.
Brian?
We've got our consignment deadline ending this Sunday, and then on the next auction will be September 1st through September 18th. We've got a lot of great cards. We've got an E90-1 Joe Jackson rookie and a SGC 5.5, 52 Bowman Mays and a PSA 9. We've got a multitude of signed Ruth balls, early 18 to 24 Ruth ball, a Ruth single sign ball attributed to a home run. So a lot of great material.
Joe?
Well, before I get to vintage, we have our pop culture auction ending tomorrow night.
Hold it. What do you know
culture.
about pop culture?
Oh, he's diehard. He loves Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So his two favorite
Big man.
are Marilyn Monroe and Secretariat. He doesn't understand one's a horse, but okay, he's weird.
Could run faster than you, Jake.
Well, it's a horse, so I don't have to compete, you know.
But Tom, from the vintage auction perspective, our auction starts September 10th, and consignments are due probably in the next couple of weeks. We already have a fresh to the hobby M101 4 set with a Babe Ruth rookie. We have a second-year Ruth Collins McCarthy in a 4.5. We got a 15 Ruth rookie Red Sox photo.
Wow.
Willie Mays, 51 Bowman rookie, PSA 8. 4 Jackie Robinson, PSA 9, 1950 cards. Just a bunch of great stuff.
Very cool, very cool. All right, we have another giveaway. This is an All-Stars cardboard memory. Great book. Have you read this book, Derek?
I'm sure I looked at the pictures.
You
I
looked
mean,
at
I'm
the
not
pictures.
really gonna.
Actually,
read.
we had a blast writing this book with my partner Rico. Rico Petrocelli played with 55 Hall of Famers, either with or against. Good friends with all of them. And by the way, the reason he's not here is I asked him why he wasn't going to come down, and he said, "Well, I have 2 Red Sox gigs this weekend, so for what you're paying me versus what they're paying me, I'm staying in Boston."
Yeah, that's
so
clear.
Anyway, so this is a trivia question. The book is not signed by Rico, it's signed by myself and Ellen. Who was here for the first hour? Anybody? Okay, if you were here for the first hour, I'm going to ask the same trivia question, so please, we want honesty here. T206 collection, there's a player, actually this player got me started in collecting and actually got me involved in this hobby. His name was Lena Blackburn. Lena Blackburn was a catcher during that time period, 1909, 1910, and he actually wasn't a very good catcher, but he made a contribution to baseball that today is still used. Does anybody know what contribution Lena Blackburn made, and his contribution today is still very important to the game? Now, if you don't know the answer, then you can pull out your phones and look it up, and the first one to raise their hands wins the book. What contribution did Lena Blackburn make to the game of baseball? And today that contribution is very important and used, I believe, before every baseball game. Anybody know? I'm sorry? Nope, not the catcher's mask. Good guess, though. Anybody else?
Tom, over there.
So what's the answer, sir? You got it.
What was it?
Come on up and get the book. Lena Blackburn.
The mud that they rub the baseballs in.
Oh, really?
He started the Lena Blackburn Mud Rubbing Company. There you go. And Lena Blackburn, players used to complain about the sheen on baseballs. And it was shiny and slippery. But they could never figure out a way to get the sheen off of the ball. Lena Blackburn took it upon himself, worked at it, and he discovered a mud pit in the Delaware River. It was a Delaware River. And to this day, the Lena Blackburn Mud Rubbing Company is still in existence. He handed it down, and where that mud pit is proprietary. It's almost like the Coca-Cola recipe. Nobody knows where it is except for a few family members. But they still today rub the baseball, rub baseballs before every game in Lena Blackburn mud.
Wow.
You didn't know that?
Oh, no. I don't know if I'm any smarter for knowing that or not, but it's okay. It's one of those facts.
We are chatting with, okay, we're going to take a quick break.
Break's over.
No, we haven't done that yet. We are chatting with Brian Dwyer Derek Grady, Joe Tomasulo, and Brian Drent. Hang in there. We're going to be right back.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Curry, a two-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free, integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petrocelli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
Pristine Auction is a family-owned and operated online auction specializing in autographed memorabilia, sports cards, coins, art, and collectibles. Since their founding in 2010, they've grown to 2 facilities in Phoenix, Arizona, totaling over 60,000 square feet. Jared Cavalier and an incredible staff of over 150 team members serve a very large customer base and enjoy every minute of it. By working with leading authentication companies, Pristine ensures all items are 100% authentic. In addition, third-party authenticators regularly travel to Pristine Auction to provide authentication services on site. Pristine Auction strives to operate its business in a way that's honoring to God, their families, and their customers. With a strong focus on speed, quality, and premier customer service, their mission is to be the leading online auction for every level of collector and fan. Pristine also works for Hope Sports and Identity Hoops International, traveling to Mexico to build houses for the less fortunate. Pristine Auction offers several online auction formats with thousands of auctions ending each day. For more information, go to pristineauction.com. That's Pristine Auction, the best in the business.
If you're a discerning collector interested in owning the most important pieces in the hobby, look no further than Leland's Auctions. The original sports auction and appraisal house, Leland's was established in 1985 by legendary Pioneer founder Joshua Leland Evans. And today, President Mike Hefner carries on their tradition. From the Tom Brady card and memorabilia collection to the famed Boston Garden auction to high-end card auctions from every major sport, Leland's has always maintained the highest standards. Go to Lelands.com and get your bid in. That's Leland's, the hobby's leading sports auction house for 4 decades.
It's often been said that championships are won on the practice field, and world records come only to those willing to work harder than everybody else. Heritage Auctions is the world's largest collectibles auctioneer because we believe that becoming the best is only an invitation to the challenge of remaining the best. This requires the skills of the hobby's top experts, capable of identifying and maximizing value for our consigners. It requires the most visited website in the industry, courting a global audience of collectors over 1.5 million strong. It requires a dedicated press department that expands our global reach far beyond the entrenched hobby marketplace. It's hard work, but a simple premise. Present the finest collectibles to the largest population of potential buyers, and world records will come. We invite all listeners to put the unmatched power of Heritage Auctions to work for you. Auction evaluations are always free, and our commission-based fee structure ensures that our interests are always aligned. The highest possible price for your collectibles. There will always be new world records to chase, so let's chase them together. Visit our website at ha.com and request your no-obligation review today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
Hey, I'm Mike Petroselli. If your company is looking for the best in marketing and promotional items, you'll hit a home run with Petroselli Marketing. With over 8,000 suppliers and 650,000 imprint-ready items, we can get your company the visibility it needs to get your maximum exposure. Whether it be office promotions, wearables, automotive, sports items, and everything in between, Petroselli Marketing can do it all. Our design staff will even work with you from concept to delivery and customize your products. At Petroselli Marketing Group, we will get your brand in front of your audience. Contact us at info@petrosellimkt.com or call us at 603-880-3202. That's Petroselli Marketing, where no dream is impossible.
We're back.
Okay, we are back.
See? Sure.
Yeah, it's a couple baseballs.
You know who's going to go for that card?
Oh.
Thrown it to two empty chairs.
Really?
Did you want to throw it at anybody?
No, it was lefty. We're doing lefty.
I like
All
it
right,
as a stress
I want to
ball.
talk about this Hall of Fame. Well, it's not the Hall of Fame, but the fact that guys like Pete Rose, Joe Jackson, Chick Gandil, the cuffs have been taken off their wrists. So potentially down the road, several of those players, I'm assuming, will be in the Hall of Fame. Starting with you, Brian, what are your thoughts on that? Are you glad that they have basically forgiven Pete Rose, Joe Jackson, Buck Weaver, Chick Gandil? What are your thoughts?
I am okay with it. I think they've served their time, and they're all deceased now. And I think put them in, take a couple guys out, I would be okay with it.
Take a couple guys out? Wow.
Derek?
I'm totally okay with it. Joe Jackson should be in. I mean, you just named several people that should be in, and Pete Rose, yeah, he's an ass. But I mean, I'm sorry, God rest his soul. But I mean, he should be in. He's the hit king. He hustled like no other, but he lied, and they never forgave him. And now, at some point, I think he'll go in.
Brian?
Yeah, I think it's time that they get in. I mean, obviously the record on the field speaks for itself. Pete Rose should be in. Joe Jackson should be in. So I think it's only a positive.
Joe, I think you have a little different take.
Double-edged sword. I agree with all of my esteemed colleagues. They served their penance. You know, they did their time.
But there's a but here. What's the
you
but?
know it's coming. But they did serve their time, and their performance on the field is obviously second to none. Here comes the but. There are 5 criteria making the Hall of Fame. And if you don't check all 5 boxes, you can't be a Hall of Famer. And I didn't set those rules. And one of them is integrity.
Hey, Bo. What's up?
So, Tom,
Bo and
one
I
of
are
those
vibing.
boxes is integrity to the game. So we'll just leave it out there. But I am a believer in forgiveness. I am.
All right, so let's take it a step further. A-Rod, Roger Clemens.
100%.
I'm going to start with Brian. Do they belong in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think they've served their penance yet.
That's a good answer.
Yes, should be in the Hall of Fame. Roger Clemens is one of the greatest pitchers of all time. He absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds, one of the best baseball players of all time.
You know,
no
Barry
way.
Bonds
He has to be in.
never failed a drug test.
Yeah, what's the criteria there? He never failed anything.
Well, the fact that his head was the size of my body may have something to do with it.
So he had a growth disease.
Joe, what are your thoughts on that?
Clemens and Bonds were Hall of Famers, most likely, before they started taking PEDs. Their numbers were there. Now, so from that perspective, they're Hall of Famers. But, you know, if you're asking me about, is Clemens a top 10 pitcher of all time? Is Bonds a top 10 player? Absolutely not. Because their lifetime numbers were padded by cheating. So, again, double-edged sword.
I would disagree. I think Barry Bonds is as good a player as we've ever seen in our lifetime. You know, I just can't.
What's cheating? He never got caught. So when I speed and never get I mean, how do I?
Well, I mean, listen. I'm just asking the questions because there's really two schools.
How many Hall of Famers are already in the Hall that use PEDs?
And that's a good point. I mean, you're making a good point.
So, Tom, you're from Boston.
I am.
Clemens was basically pushed out of Boston.
Well,
his career was in decline. He was on the way down. That winter changed everything. He went to Toronto
and won 3 Cy's.
He won 2 consecutive Cy's and 2 consecutive Triple Crowns in pitching. Miraculously.
Well, no. See, Joe's making.
He ate Wheaties.
No.
How
Seriously,
do you know what he did?
Joe's making a good point because when Roger Clemens, his last 2 years in Boston, he was worse than mediocre.
Yes.
He really was. And Dan Duquette, who was the GM then, he saw it and just let him go. And then all of a sudden, the next year, he's winning the Cy, and then the next year after that, he's winning the Cy. So, I mean, I think that has to be taken into consideration also, as far as the thought process behind that.
Nope. Hall of Fame.
You think so, huh?
Yes.
All right.
Dude, there's minor leaguers, that were taking PEDs. Okay, they didn't even make the majors taking PEDs. Okay, first of all, we're alleging that because not everybody was tested.
And no, you're right. You're right.
Okay, so Clemens did it, and he wins Cy Young, and so Bonds hits 800 homers or whatever the heck he did. And there's other people that can't even hit a ball, whether they're taking. I probably wouldn't be able to do it no matter what I was taking. So.
All right, interesting. All right, one other question, and I'm going to start with Brian, but Joe, I know you're going to have input on this because you're a pitching coach. I watch on YouTube. I really enjoy watching now what they've done, watching vintage ball players, pitching, batting. They've slowed it down. It's colorized, and it's really, really cool to see, like, for instance, Walter Johnson pitching. Could Walter Johnson, could Lefty Grove, could those guys pitch in today's leagues?
I mean, I think it's the same answer as the could Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig hit in today's game. Like, the answer is yes. They might have to make some adjustments. They might do some things differently. But the skill level's off the charts. I think unequivocally they could.
Derek?
Yeah, I think athletes like that are high-level performers could perform and train, and in any decade.
I would imagine that Walter Johnson, Cy Young, guys of that ilk could pitch in today's game.
You really do?
Yeah, I do.
Joe?
100%. Good pitching stops good hitting. And that's proven by a hitter failing 70% of the time is a Hall of Famer. So good pitching stops good hitting. If you throw a ball to a spot with movement in 1920 or 2025, you're going to get a hitter out.
Well, plus, things with the mound changes and, we were talking about in the first hour, nutrition, all of that stuff plays into it, too, that those guys did not have. Right? All right, let's give out another book. What do you got?
So we have Stephen Lane, who is out there in the crowd hiding. No, he's not really hiding. He's just Stephen Lane. That's what he does. Anyway, so he wrote a book. Were you part of this book?
I was not. No.
Lori was,
Ellen
right?
was.
Ellen was?
Ellen was.
Okay, Ellen, you're part of this book. You helped. You did something. I mean, I'm part of it. I'm holding it, and I'm going to give one away, so technically I should be in it. Thanks, Stephen. So we get the honor of selling Stephen Lane's collection, and we've had several different items featured over the last several auctions, but we really have some cool stuff in this auction, and it's over there in the Heritage booth, and you can come over and look at Stephen Lane with, I think, Steve, what do we have? The earliest signed Mantle photo? First autograph.
The very first autograph?
Yes. 4th grade. It's
So
sick.
You got to be kidding
It's sick.
me.
No, it's actually slabbed by PSA too, right? It's really amazing.
All right, so you're telling me Steve Lane.
Yes, Stephen Lane.
You own, that is now in the Heritage booth, the very first Mickey Mantle autograph when he was in 4th grade.
That is correct.
You're absolutely killing me.
And the first ball he ever signed. Yeah, there's some crazy Mickey Mantle items that this man has compiled over the
All right,
years.
so I'm not a Red Sox fan. I'm not a Yankee fan. As a matter of fact, quite frankly, I hate the Yankees.
Okay.
But putting that aside, I want you to give that to a Yankee fan.
You want me to give this book to a Yankee
Right
fan?
now.
Is there a Yankee fan out there that would
is there
appreciate a great... Oh, wow.
No,
Does everybody hate the
is
Yankees in
there-
the crowd?
Is there any Yankee
You're a
lovers-
Yankee fan? Okay, well, come over here
Come
then.
over here.
This is a really cool
He's gonna
coffee
earn
table
it,
book.
though. He's going to earn it.
He has to earn it?
Yeah.
I can't just
Come
hand
over
it to
here.
him.
No, I want you to.
Wait, you've earned
Could
it
you
by
hand
just
him your
sitting in the
mic for
crowd
one
and
second?
listening to
I
us
want
for
you
an
to
hour.
tell this crowd.
That's, I mean, you guys are
why,
doing some hard time
why
out there.
you like the Yankees.
I'm a Packers fan, a Yankees fan. All-time winning teams, can't beat them.
Okay, that's a good answer.
I didn't even hear what he
said. He's a
and he
Packers
and he
fan, a
wins.
Yankees fan, and all-time winning teams cannot be beat.
Okay, there you go.
You get the book.
There's a really cool coffee table book. And Steven, you signed that too,
Not a
right?
problem.
Didn't you sign that, Steven? He'll personalize
I think
it?
you
Okay.
already signed it, didn't you?
Well, you can add another signature. I mean, it's worth more when Stephen Lane dies, too. Now, we want him to live for a long time, but anything can happen, right, Steve? That's why we're selling this stuff. That's true. Okay. I don't even know what he said.
You know, it's interesting. How long has he lived in New Orleans?
Steve?
Yeah.
I don't...
How long have you been in New Orleans? Since 77, and he still has a New York accent.
He does.
Go figure.
He parties.
Go figure, right?
He's on Bourbon Street at night in a tutu. I mean, you should check him out.
All right, listen, we have a few minutes left. We're chatting with Brian Dwyer, Joe Tomasulo, Brian Drent, and Derek Grady from Heritage Auctions. If anybody has any questions for these guys, all kidding aside, as much as I hate to admit it, these are the experts in the hobby. Whether it's cards, whether it's memorabilia,
women,
these are the guys. All right, Joe, I'm going to ask you guys.
It's true. He said.
Well, yeah, it's true.
Joe, you've worked for two different auction houses. What is the single biggest piece that you've ever handled in an auction, or a consignment?
T206 Wagner.
The T206.
Several of them.
T206 Wagner. What's the highest grade you've ever handled?
A 2. No, actually, SGC3.
So you handled a SGC Wagner.
Yes.
Brian, you've handled many Wagners. What's the one single
More than
greatest?
anyone else.
Yeah, you have. That's right.
Yeah, we've
Relax, Tiny. Relax.
We've had 6 of them, but the single best one was a PSA 3, and at the time it sold for the second most of any trading card ever, only behind the Mike Trout Superfractor.
Wow. What's that worth now?
Yeah, no doubt, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Derek, you've handled some amazing.
Well, I've graded Wagners as a professional grader, and we've brokered some at Heritage.
Yeah, but I'm not just talking about
wait.
the Wagner. What is the single? You guys have handled some amazing.
The record right now is the 52 mantle, the 9.5, $12.6 million 52 mantle.
And how much did that sell for?
$12.6 million.
And what about memorabilia?
We sold the Ruth Called
Ruth
Shot
Called
jersey
Shot.
for $25 million. I forget the number. So we have the two records right now at an auction.
So you have the record for both card and
yeah.
memorabilia.
Yeah.
Brian, you've handled a zillion Wagner cards also. Is that?
Yeah, 2021 we set the record with an SGC3 at 6.6 million, and that was broken by the Heritage 52 mantle. We've sold a bunch. SGC3 is the highest I think I've sold.
That's unbelievable.
Brian, Baltimore News Route, 7, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the most expensive item is the Baltimore News Ruth, 7.2 million. But yeah, on the Wagner topic, 6.6.
No, I'm not.
Is that card? That's not considered the Ruth rookie card, though, is it?
It's a subject of great debate.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Is that the Ruth rookie?
No debate. It's a pre-rookie. A rookie card, he has to be wearing a Major League uniform. The 16 route is his rookie, but the 14 Baltimore News route, it's the card I would want to own more than any other card. Even more than the Wagner, even though the Wagner's more historical and more valuable. That Babe Ruth is considered the greatest player in baseball history, and to have his pre-rookie, it's just like, it's mind-boggling.
All right, last question before we break up this party. Start with you, Brian. What direction is the hobby? Are you happy with the direction the hobby's going in? Modern, the influx of young collectors here. What's going on with the hobby? Are you happy with the way it's going?
I think this whole room is a testament to the direction the hobby's going in. It's alive, it's growing. There's kids, there's women, there's people of all ages. I started going to the National when I was 15 years old, and I don't collect today what I collected when I went to the National as a 15-year-old. So I think you grow, you mature, you change your tastes, but as long as we're all here collecting, I think that's the important part.
Derek?
I've never seen anything like it. So if you think about it, let's go to a local level. There's more hobby stores, there's more local shows. Every show promoter I talk to, whether it's the guys here that I'm friends with that run the National, or whether it's the local show promoters, they're seeing record crowds. The dealers are all happy. Again, the trade nights are wild. Okay, there's skull groups of trading cards and collecting. Okay, the hobby is absolutely, you have celebrities collecting. It's just really, it's finally cool again to collect cards. Coins has always been nerdy. No offense to my company Heritage that started as a coin company, and if you collect coins, that's great. But sports is cool to collect. Comics gets a little weird with people dressing up like, superheroes, and you can do that if you want to in your free time. I'm not judging, but I think sports is just stadiums sell out. Sports gambling and fantasy football, so many people do it. It's about time people collect it. There's so many different aspects of this now with TCG and Pokemon. The hobby's in the greatest state I've ever seen it.
Awesome. Brian?
Yeah, there's no question about it. This is my 37th National.
Holy crap, you're old.
I know, it's amazing. And we've never seen the hobby and the business at the place that it's at. As Derek said, it's cool to collect. I still think we're at the precipice of where this can go. I think there's an area beyond where we're at, and we're just at the beginning.
Big Joe.
I agree with all my colleagues. Look at the pricing points. You had that.
Give this away.
You had that high surge during COVID. Prices went through the roof. Then there was a little low, especially in modern, some vintage too. Mm-hmm. Now both of them have jump started again, and you're seeing record prices every day. The hobby is better than it's ever been.
Great. Listen, I want to thank you guys. I know you guys have a real busy schedule, except for you, Derek. But I'm really, really appreciative that...
I'm at the Improv tonight, downtown Chicago.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm really appreciative.
Is there an
Brian
Improv in
Dwyer
Chicago?
from REA Auctions. Derek Grady. Derek is... he's like a son.
Jesus.
Derek Grady from Heritage Auctions. Brian Drent from Mile High Card Company. And Joe Tomasulo from Joe, do you ever see Kenny? Do you see Kenny at all?
Once every couple of months.
Do you really? Does he still have the show on Netflix or whatever?
He
it's on?
just signed up for Netflix 3.
Really?
It's coming. Yep.
Unbelievable. I want to thank you all. Don't forget the name of the show is the Great American Collectibles Show. We are on every Wednesday night on your favorite platform, YouTube, Facebook Live, Pandora, iHeartRadio, what else? Spotify, all of that stuff. The first hour of this show is going to air Wednesday night. The second hour, a week from Wednesday. Thank you all for coming. How about a nice round of applause to these gentlemen? And to our viewers out there, as we say every week, thank you and happy collecting.